So I just searched up a whole bunch of videos on labor, but I didn't focus on what happens after labor. Hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm sure you guys can see the improvements in camera quality, and I am so excited to announce that I've gotten a camera, specifically a Sony ZV-E10, a new camera, a brand new camera that's going to be helping me out on my channel very much. I'm pretty sure you guys can see the great improvements in footage quality, so I'm hoping this is going to help me take my channel more seriously. But anyways, enough of that. In today's video, I just want to go over a few things that I experienced postpartum that I'd like to share with you as a new mom, a young new mom that I am, because I just remember when it was coming towards the end of my pregnancy with my son, I just tended to focus more on the labor part of it. So I just searched up a whole bunch of videos on labor, but I didn't focus on what happens after labor, which is what I want to let you know on a few things that you can expect that I personally went through and that I'd like you to have in mind, so that you're not as surprised as I was when these things happened. Let's get into it. Now, the first major thing that gave me a lot of confusion was breastfeeding, especially for somebody who's planning to breastfeed, or for a mom. If you're planning to breastfeed, this is something that you should bear in mind, because nobody told me this and I was pretty confused when this happened to me, which is breast milk. Breast milk won't come out on day one. When I was trying to breastfeed my son and I'm just asking myself, why is no milk coming out? There was just a liquid that was coming out, which is colostrum. I had no idea that it takes a couple of days for milk to come in. So this is something that you should keep in mind. If you're a new mom and you are planning to breastfeed, then you should give it a couple of days, maybe 3 to 4 days for your breast milk to come in. If you don't see milk on day one, don't stress yourself, because that's something that stressed me out a lot and led me to supplementing with formula, because I was so confused that I'm not producing breast milk. When that milk comes in, it's gonna come in hot, and you will ask yourself where all this milk has been all these days. But don't stress if you don't see milk on day one. Give it a few days and the milk will come in, which is something that I really didn't know. And like I said, it ended up leading to me supplementing with formula for my son's first year of drinking milk, because I didn't know that milk takes a couple of days to come in. So it stressed me out, making me think like, oh no, my baby's not getting enough to eat, which it's a natural process for the milk to gradually start getting produced. So that's number one, keep that in mind. Number two is baby will lose weight in the first couple of days, which is linked again back to the fact that you're not producing milk in the first couple of days. So their weight ought to go down, but as soon as you start to produce breast milk again, the baby's weight will go back up again. So that's something to keep in mind. Baby's weight will go down and then it will pick up when breast milk comes in. Another thing that I would like you guys to know is that breastfeeding in the beginning will be painful. It will be painful, it will be uncomfortable, but if you push through, then you will get to a point where it's no longer painful, because at the beginning your nipples are quite sore, they are quite sensitive. So the sensation of having the baby drawing milk from your breast, it's just gonna feel uncomfortable, to the point where you might even be hesitant to breastfeed, because it's like, as soon as you put your nipple in your baby's mouth, you're gonna get that stinging pain. But if you can push through that pain for just a couple of days in the beginning, it will get better and breastfeeding will become painless. Because that's something that tends to discourage a lot of new moms. It's the pain from breastfeeding, but the pain usually lasts just a couple of days as in 3 to 4 days, and then after that breastfeeding becomes seamless, painless, and just easy. Something that really caught me off guard is body odor. Like body odor that doesn't go away kind of body odor. Even if you've taken a bath, even if you've put on deodorant, you're still gonna have that odor. And then after doing a bit of research, I just learned that it's normal to have body odor after giving birth because of your hormones the baby needs to smell you, the baby needs to smell you. Don't be alarmed if you have body odor after giving birth. It will go away after some time. I don't remember how long it did take to go away, but it does go away. So don't be alarmed. It's completely normal, which is something that really caught me off guard. Body odor, keep that in mind. Something that I'd also like you to know is the afterbirth pains, which would be the contractions that you'd feel, which would be the contractions of your uterus going down and shrinking back to where it's supposed to be. And mostly the pain comes when you are breastfeeding, which just adds on the stress of not having milk and nipple tenderness. You will have afterbirth pains, and they will be exacerbated by breastfeeding because of the whole hormone interaction, which just means that your uterus is shrinking down back to its normal size. It's going to be uncomfortable or painful. The pain varies from lady to lady. Another thing to keep in mind is hair loss. You're most likely going to experience hair loss after giving birth. Something that freaked me out a lot because I felt like the hair wasn't just, it drove me crazy, because at one point I felt like I'm going to lose all of my hair, but it will slow down. You're not going to lose all of your hair unless it's on the extreme side of hair loss. But yes, hair loss is something that you can expect. Again, hormones are doing their thing, so hair loss is something that you should keep in mind. And finally will be sleep deprivation, but this thing you won't experience. If it's your first child, you have supports, then yes, you won't really feel the effect of sleep deprivation because you'll be able to sleep when baby sleeps. When or if you have more than one child, sleep deprivation becomes a real thing because it's not easy to sleep when baby sleeps because there's another baby that needs to be attended to, and especially if you're going to be alone. So sleep deprivation is a real thing, and that's something that I experienced, and it was bad because for a couple of weeks I had bags under my eyes and I was just looking completely tired, completely finished. Sleep deprivation is something that you might experience. I'm just throwing that in there because it's something that a lot of people tend to complain about, and something that I experienced with my daughter. Anyways, that's all that I have in today's video. That's just a few things that happened to me that caught me off guard. If there's anything that I haven't mentioned in the video that I missed, you could always comment it down below and let other moms know what they should be expecting postpartum. Thank you for making it this far into the video, and I'll see you in the next one.